Justin Bieber's mom did an anti-abortion ad. I will say it again because it bears repeating. Justin Bieber, the apple of so many teen girls' eyes, mom did an anti-abortion ad. Normally, I would not give a care about this situation had it been almost anybody else in the world. But because this is Justin Bieber, because Bieber himself, it's not just that Bieber himself has come out as an anti-abortionist, which I've already explained my position that if you're an anti-abortionist but you're pro-death penalty, then you're not pro-life. If you're an anti-abortionist but you're against government assistance for all these moms and these single parents and these single dads, remember I am a single dad, well, single parent dad, I'm not single anymore, that you are not pro-life. You in fact put up every opposition you can to everything that this child needs after it's born because, oh, it costs too much, oh, this is not working, or oh, this promotes a welfare. I don't care what your excuses are. They're bogus. They're an excuse. You're pro-fetus. You are not pro-life. You do not care about this child after it is born. Unless it becomes religious, in which case then you might care a whole lot, but only so much. Justin Bieber's mom makes an anti-abortion film. Patty Malette is producer of Crescendo. Oh, lovely. Let's bring art into this, shall we? Justin Bieber's mom has long been an outspoken opponent of abortion, as has the Beeb. She's lending her name to a short film on the subject. Patty, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, 37, is executive producer of Crescendo, whose makers hope to raise $10 million for pregnancy centers after it debuts next month. Sorry, I had a bit of an itch. Reports Cinema Blend. Maletti famously got pregnant in high school but decided to keep the child. That would be Justin. Oh, let me guess. Prophylactics are evil. They're pre-murder of pre-life, and people who use them in conjunction with contraceptives should go to jail because abortion of pre-life is as bad as killing a fully grown human being, because clusters of cells are people too, right? And that you promote abstinence even though you yourself are not exactly the poster child for abstinence, Miss Bieber. This is as bad as Bristol Palin trying to be the face of abstinence. She wants the film to, quote, encourage young women all over the world, just like me. You're 37. I'm not saying that you're ancient, but you're not exactly a young woman. To let them know that there is a place to go if they get pregnant. In lighter Bieber news, a woman who sued him for $9 million because she claimed to be suffering hearing damage at one of his shows. All those screaming girls has dropped the suit, reports TMZ. That's kind of my point. These are people who have the ears, the hearts, and the minds of young people. And rather than using that for socially responsible programs, maybe like instead of anti-abortion, they could have gone into a film about contraception, condoms, safe sex. Because kids are going to have sex whether we want them to or not. Teenagers, keeping our terms straight, teenagers are going to have sex whether we feel they are appropriate, at the appropriate age to have sex or not. And we enact laws to create a sort of vengeance law to go against young men who happen to have consensual but underage sex with their equally underage partner. And we feel that we have every right to create this state where we can ruin an entire young man's life simply for being sexually explorative with their bodies and the body of their partner. Again, as long as it's safe, consensual, and done without the inclusion of animals or children, what's the problem? What's the harm? Who is getting hurt by this? But no, rather than that, we'd rather make these anti-abortionist films and then make it to where, oh, if you're young and you get pregnant because of our abstinence-only education, here's a place where you can go to get taken care of. Never mind what senators have talked about women who get easily raped, who, because of the sex negativity in our society, feel that they cannot be honest with mom and with dad. And especially in the case of dad, because dad's an overbearing disciplinary ogre who, if she dares to say that it was her idea, that her whole world will be shattered. And the dad equally would take the wrong route in that case. But they also take the wrong route when it's made out to where it seems as though little Susie was raped by little Johnny. And then Johnny can be put into sex offender programs and have to register for life, and never mind that he had consensual sex with a girl underage. If a conviction is laid at his feet, then in some cases people don't care about that. If you're a sex offender, it somehow must have been against a child, and therefore you must be punished for life even if you do your time in prison, because we don't tolerate your kinds around here. Because again, yeah, that's progress. I'm sorry, no. I mean, I'm having to deal with cohorts on my 3DS sending me screenshots of that 180 degrees Ray Comfort movie where abortion is immoral, but if you went back in time and didn't abort Hitler before he was born, you're also immoral and a Hitler supporter, because that's how that works, at least in their world. What's more is there to say? This is disgusting. I feel like this is almost an abuse of power, and using it not just because it's something that I don't agree with, but something that science does not agree with, that human sexuality does not agree with, something that is harming young women in mass, as well as giving a vehicle for young men to be harmed as well. And it's not right no matter which side does it, no matter which age group does it. I'm disgusted by this. I was already disgusted by Bieber because of his leanings in a lot of social issues that are very negative towards progress, but this takes the cake in many ways for me.